Sit back for a treat, you're about to meet the trendsetters that band letters. Fended them better from the brethren, ULTRAMAG 7 questions for legends. Confessing and digressing on this quest, they'll be flexing. You'll be less vexed from the blessings. Lessons to make us less perplexed. Who's up next for the 7 Ultra? Culture, poultice, pulling out the full clip. ULTRAMAG 7's the reverend from the pulpit. With the deep bullpen of friends, a godsend, amen. Pen with no politics or bullish. Here to outlast and outclass the ULTRAMAG 7 bombast podcast.
Peace, y'all. It's your man ULTRAMAG 7. You know, 7 random questions. And my guest today is the amazing 7L. You may know him from 7L and Esoteric. You may know him from CZARFACE, just a very prolific producer. So, you know, had to run down the ULTRAMAG 7 on him. We had a great conversation. You know, some treats that are coming down the road. So, buckle up, listen up, check it out. It is the ULTRAMAG 7.
We're back with another episode of the ULTRAMAG 7, and this is special because this is ULTRAMAG 7. This is 7 questions, and we have 7L.
Hello.
What's happening?
Good, good, man. I'm happy to be here, man. It's my pleasure.
You know, I'm a big fan, but I'm going to tell you this. I'm gonna get to you a little bit later. I'll tell you why. I wasn't always a big fan, but I'll tell you why.
Okay. Jeez.
He's like, I'm going to leave now. No.
All right. Okay.
But yeah, brother. So how's your day going? How's everything going? Things good?
No complaints at all. No complaints at all. You know.
You're at the record store, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Kind of closing up now. Around 7, I close. So yeah. So it's been a pretty quiet day, I think, overall. So yeah.
Okay. I love that. Well, you know, let's get to what we're here for.
Okay.
These 7 questions.
Question number 1.
I know your background. You are Greek.
Yes.
Am I correct?
You are correct.
So
yeah.
I wanted to ask, what is your favorite Greek dish?
Probably either avgolemino, the Greek soup, or pasticcio. It's probably a toss up between both. Obviously, you know, spinach pie, grape leaves. I enjoy a lot of it. I'm not big on lamb, which I know is, you know, very Greek specific. I eat it, you know, of course, but you know, when it's at some sort of family gathering, but it's not my first choice. But yeah, pasticcio or, you know, avgolemino, the Greek soup, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, so now thinking about those dishes, did like a family member, like say your mother, grandmother, like somebody cook those? Or like,
oh yeah. So yes, and also, you know, my family. My father and uncle, they have a Greek restaurant. It's still up and running, and I worked there, you know, pretty much my whole life up until, you know, I opened up the first record store in 2017. So yeah, so I, you know, grew up working in the Greek restaurant around Greek food all the time and serving it and all that kind of stuff. So yes, it was very much around New Brothers Deli. I want to shout them out.
Okay, yeah, shout them out.
Yeah, New Brothers Deli in Danvers. That's my dad. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So listen, you're listening to this, you're in the area, go check it out. Be a patron. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I love that. You know, doing a little background, checking out interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
Couple similarities. And I think I've listened to an interview and it said you skateboarded back in the day.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay. I used to skateboard too.
Yeah, up until like 90 in like high school, it like just kind of fell off a little bit. You know what I mean? And then I got back into it in my 30s again, just for kind of physical reasons. And I broke an ankle, sprained a rib, and I think by 35, I just realized I should probably take it easy.
Yeah,
you know. And I got myself a bike, a PK Ripper, and said that this will take care of my youth, reliving my youth. You know what I mean? So That's a little safer. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You got me. Even before I get to the question, you brought up the PK Ripper. I used to have a Skyway Street Styler back in the day.
Red Line. I used to, and I looked into getting, I looked into getting like one of the, but I was like, this will be a little more, maybe even practical because I can like use it day to day. I can take a beating, and it's a little bigger. So, I still ride that, occasionally for sure.
Nice.
So again, to stay active.
Okay. Well, the question I want to ask is
question number 2.
Who was your favorite skateboarder back in the day?
There's probably a lot. It's hard to nail down just one. I could say Mark Gonzalez for sure. The first Vision, the skate deck, that first one was like everything. You know what I mean? I think it was 85, 86. And I had a few of those. I know they came with like different colors, like backgrounds. And that was like it was almost like the quintessential 80s board. It was like, the style
that
of
Gator Rogowski. That was
but definitely like Alva, the Tony Alva and his skate team. I thought it was like the coolest team because they were like pretty menacing. Really dope logo, you know what I mean? And it was very simple. So I'd say that, but like definitely like Natus Coppice, Ray Barbie were like the best natural skaters. You know what I mean? Like Ray, it's like, Hey, how are you? How's it going? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right.
We're walking into
Wow.
Just to let everybody know, the record shop is still open. So 7L was greeted by some patrons who had imbibed just a little bit. We won't play any of that conversation, but we'll pick back up with the ULTRAMAG 7.
Okay, so we were talking about
skateboarding. For sure Mark Gonzalez, Natus, Ray Barbie, you can watch him endlessly. He's just flawless skater. But Neil Blender, I love Neil Blender. He always kind of like did his own thing in a way. You know what I mean? He had his own like, I don't know, style, however you want to like say style, like that. The very first is like whatever video it was. I got at the skate shop. It was like it was a contest, and he was like, kicking his board up and hitting it down with his hand. And at the end of it, he just like painted the wall. He kind of was just like doing goofy stuff, but also kind of like skating pretty cool and like, it was dope. So I think he, and he does his own art as well. So Neil Blender, I think those four, definitely I lean more towards 80s, skaters in general. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that was like 84 to like I think 91. It was like around sophomore year. I kind of slowed down on skating. I got more into DJing, got more into other things. I think you know what I mean. So
what's crazy? When I was in high school, I was in a rap group, right?
Yeah.
So this is what's crazy. Like when we're talking about skating back then, skateboarding was like punk rock.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And then, so I would be like, one day with my friends, we're going to the studio, recording demos. But then I'm like, y'all want to skate? And they're like, yo, what are you doing? Are you making music?
Yeah, well, it's fun. I remember like when we would go to skate contests, like even local ones around here, there'd be the older kids, like they're probably only like a couple years older, but, we're in like the 7th grade, they're freshmen, and they were playing like, whatever it was, Gangrene and, stuff like that. Like during their set. So I remember we entered it and all the younger kids were like, play King T, or we're playing hip hop, Public Enemy, you know what I mean? It was like funny to see how it was like, all the older kids still like, punk and metal and stuff like that. Like they'd all like during their kind of runs, they like, that's the music they were choosing to play, where we were like, play EPMDM house and things, you know what I mean? While I go out, so it was always interesting. Because it was such a distinct, like anybody who was like, older than 13 was, punk and stuff like that. And all the younger kids were like, play hip hop, so.
It was so weird for me because I saw the transition of it going. Like one day it was punk, and then the next day it was hip hop.
Yes.
And it was like the whole, the super baggy pants.
Early, all the early 90s, all that stuff.
I watched that happen.
World Industries and Blind. Yes, exactly. All the kids I knew used to wear, whatever it was. Now, now it's just like, khakis like the size of trash bags, and you know what I mean? Like
Rico jeans.
Yeah, I remember that, man. Because around that time, a lot of my friends still were skating still, and when we would hang out, I noticed the style shift, like so, like just crazy, and overlap again with a lot of hip hop aesthetic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. That's But even the people you're saying so I was Mark Gonzalez. I was Nodis. Tommy Guerrero.
Tommy Guerrero. Yeah. I mean, that's something that, like, once you really start thinking the names, it's like it's like, oh man.
Yeah.
You know what
I mean? I was big into, like, in my town, a couple kids had like half pipes, but I was really into street skating. This is when street skating really took off.
Same. Like, like I could never, a bunch of kids I knew had backyard ramps, and I would like ride them, but I wouldn't really get much above the lip. I was just like pretty well grounded, and street was all, going into Boston and going to Government Center and stuff like that. It was, definitely.
That's just like me. Like, so I was in Jersey, but we would take the bus into Philly and go skate Love Park. We'd be skating Love Park.
Yeah.
Same thing. All right. Okay. I love talking. There's a few hip hop guys I knew skate, like Mocha Only. He's a big skater. I talk with him. And I love talking skating with hip hop guys.
I just turned 50, so I don't know.
I'm with you, but like, it's cool. Like, listen, I'll get on it. I'll do like a kickflip, maybe like a shove it, and I'm like, okay, that's it. I can still, they still look kind of cool. So people, Oh yeah. Kickflip and shove it, and that's it.
Yeah.
So let's get to question number 3.
Question number 3.
So what store did you frequent most in the North Shore Mall?
North Shore Mall?
Was there a skateboard shop?
There wasn't. There actually wasn't in the mall. I guess, obviously as a kid, I would go to Toys R Us when I was like a child. But, when I was getting older, there was a store like at the North Shore Mall specifically called His Place that I don't know if it was too big of a chain. It was it was like a merry-go-round. It was like a Chess King. You could get, IOU sweatshirts and Guess and Z-Cab Ricci's and stuff like that. So that was like where it was positioned. And still, even when I go to the mall now and walk, it's not there. It was only there for a couple years. Chess King and stuff like that carried on and merry-go-round. But it was like right across from Atomic Can. So you'd go over there and get like, they'd have like, I remember I got like, it was like purple square here on a shirt and black here, and then the purple square on the opposite leg, and you go to Tom McCann and get like the slip-on shoes and go to the high school day. But His Place, I used to like going there. They had like, it was kind of, they had a little, dressy stuff like that, like, the hammer, call them hammer pants or whatever, but stuff like that. But they also had, again, like, Guess, like the striped shirts, Z-Cab Ricci's and overalls, stuff like that, you know what I mean? So it was like, a good mix of, dressy and whatnot. And again, it was like different. It wasn't like, not that I was like thinking like this then, but it wasn't like, Chess King, not, they were everywhere. This one I was like, oh, this is like, I didn't know what it was. Like, oh, there's like a boutique type store or something, you know what I mean? So very, very curated, I felt like, you know what I mean? Like they had stuff that other places didn't. So, but probably His Place, I think, for sure. Yeah.
I miss those days, man. Like,
I wish I kept all that stuff too. And across from it would be like, this is early. Now it's very common in the malls, but like having those carts in the middle of the mall, selling stuff. I mean, a dude in kind of the mix of all these, you get like those bootleg Gucci sweatshirts that were like early like 89, 90 you could get. He had those. He had like hip sacks, like fake leather ones. African medallions, all that kind of stuff. And we would just go there and buy stuff all the time from him. I wish I kept all this stuff.
Because you figure when they go out of style, like, oh, this is
I'm never gonna wear this. Is so like, especially back then, things were pretty immediate. Like, oh, that was something you might have worn the summer before was like way played out by the next year. You're like, I can't.
All right, I love reminiscing. Let's get to question number 4.
Question number 4.
We're of the MTV generation. I remember when videos and everything.
Okay. Yeah.
Who was your favorite MTV VJ back in the day?
Well, Fab Five Freddy. Does that count? Obviously Fab Five Freddy.
Fab Five Freddy told me everybody slide. DJ spinning. I said, my flash is back.
I know it counts. I didn't know if you're talking about just regular day to day. Fab Five Freddy still is like. And I remember, it's funny on the NWA episode. At the time it was on, I remember he was wearing Vision streetwear, like the button down. I was like, oh, this is dope. He's wearing like skate gear. You know what I mean? I remember because I was still skating at that point, like pretty heavily, but also very much, entrenched in hip hop and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, it's really dope. Fab Five Freddy, I was like, from out the gate, I was like, this is just, the pinnacle, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. He's wearing Vision and he's talking to Eazy-E, on the flatbed. It was just dope, you know what I mean? So, Fab Five Freddy for sure. Kurt Loder's was the man. You know what I mean? Is the man. He's still around, obviously. But Kurt Loder's the man.
Yeah. Have you ever met Fab Five Freddy?
No. But I was at an event like, with Get On Down, we did something, not something, they did a Wild Style thing with Kenny through Charlie, and there was an event where Fab Five Freddy was there, and there were moments where I was like, I just want to go over and say, hey, really quick, just, and it kind of just never happened, you know what I mean? But no, he would be, yeah. Yeah.
Whoa. I met him at Rock the Bells years ago.
Okay.
Nas was performing Illmatic, in full. Okay. And I just happened to be next to him and we were talking. But fast forward a couple years ago, on my ULTRAMAG 7 page, I do like these video.
Yeah.
He contacted me because he wanted me to do some editing work.
Oh.
But here's the crazy thing. So Fab Five Freddy calls me on the phone.
Oh my God.
I'm bugging.
Yeah.
But he's so humble. He's trying to pitch himself to me.
Oh, really? Oh my God.
He's like, yeah, because I said, Freddie, I have changed the beat on
yeah. Like you don't, yeah.
I said, I learned how to rap in French by listening to your song.
Yeah. And it's like, hearing it, that was like, probably, I was glued to MTV those early years, like the early 80s. But, my parents, they were out a lot, so we would just be home. And you're seeing Blondie and she's name checking Fab Five Freddy, and that just sticks with you. So years later, he's hosting your show. You're like, this guy is the guy. You know what I mean? Because when I'm 11, 12 years old, especially in the 8, you don't really have context to find out who people really are. You're finding out on your own kind of. So I was like, oh, this is the guy, years ago, this mythical guy who's in the Blondie video now. Yeah. That's funny though. He's like calling you to be like, hey, I'm trying to do this thing. Yeah.
I do have a story to tell you. This is embarrassing. I'll say it. I don't care. So before even Fab Five Freddy was on there, my favorite VJ was Martha Quinn.
I'm Martha Quinn, and I have been lucky enough to be able to see Pink Floyd The Wall. It's an incredible movie. Bob Geldof, lead singer for the Boomtown Rats, is turning into, I think he's going to be having quite an acting career. He was unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think she was everybody's in a way. No? Oh, no?
No. Oh, no. I'm just saying.
Okay. Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
Oh, okay.
I can't even say this. I was in love with her. I was kissing the TV screen.
Well, hey, that's all right.
Goofy kid, man.
No, I think dude, yeah, that's great. Yeah, the first, whatever, like the first 5, I think they call them. That was all you kind of, Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah.
I had to get that Martha Quinn story.
That's funny. Oh, man.
All right. Let's move on. All right, question number 5.
Question number 5.
Obviously, you see my name. Listen, if I had to redo this all over again, I would have not chosen the name ULTRAMAG.
Sure, yeah.
And it really only came about because my buddy Rocky, peace to my buddy Rocky, he told me to get on Instagram and you got to have a name.
Their instructor is speaking.
I was like, okay, my favorite group is ULTRAMAGNETIC.
Yeah.
My favorite number 7, ULTRAMAG. Now I'm stuck with it.
Yeah.
And,
Well, people, I think people, obviously,
it's homage too. It's homage.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I've seen like TR online. I'm like, yo, I'm not trying to bite. I'm a fan. He gets it.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I know you're an ULTRAMAGNETIC fan.
Yes,
And one of my favorite songs that they have is Funky. But there's a lot of different versions. There's the version, like the 12-inch, the second version.
Yeah.
There's like
the album version, right?
Album version which is a remix.
Which is like, it's a completely different song, right?
Different
It's
song.
like nothing's like the lyrics. It's like they're cutting the
Yeah, it's crazy. And then there's on the Red Alert compilation album, there's another version. Like, cause Keeps like, I walk around like an X-ray.
I walk around like an X-ray, see what your brain say. It reads nothing, and then the next day, open it up, see what's inside it. Take the parts in your brain, then divide it.
Oh yeah. That's right.
There's so many versions.
You're right.
So,
actually,
do you have a favorite version of Funky?
probably the 12-inch, I think. But I mean, the album version's like dope because it's almost like ahead of it, like the beat's like ahead of its time in a way. You know what I mean? Because it's it doesn't sound like a typical 80s type beat. Like the chops really tight. It's dope. Yeah. You know what I mean? Probably. I don't know. I like them. I don't know. I never really. Probably the 12-inch though for just probably the 12-inch. But I love the outfit.
That Joe Cocker sample.
Yeah, it's like the Joe Cocker. I know that they cut it for like a second on the album. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, probably.
All right. It's always cool to talk to ULTRAMAGNETIC fans.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's I was listening to Four Horsemen recently. Like that one, I love those first 3 records. I mean, Fuck Your Head Up. I mean, it's so good. I don't, you know what I mean? I feel like it's like critical. The first one and Four Horsemen that people talk about the most. But Fuck Your Head Up, that record's crazy.
Make it happen, baby.
Make it happen. Yeah, make it happen. Yeah. MC Champion, all that. I love that record.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Yeah. So it's good to connect with Ultra fans.
Yeah. Always. Yeah.
So obviously, you're from the New England area.
Mm-hmm.
So question number 6, I want to ask you.
Question number 6.
If New England had a hip hop soundtrack, what are 3 songs that might define that?
3. Well. RSO for sure.
Almighty RSO
would have to be, first on there. We're Notorious, or Call Us to All. Probably Call Us to All. Yeah, RSO for sure. Call Us, one of those. Call Us to All. We're Notorious. Those 2 different records. TDS Mob. Absolutely, TDS Mob. You know what I mean? Dope for the folks.
Yes.
Crushing them. TDS Scratch. I mean, they had two singles that were just unbelievable, like incredible. Both sides, incredible. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Production, incredible. Rapping, it just, I remember seeing the What's This World Coming To record at like Tape World, and it was behind the counter. And it just looked dope. They had the Bruins gear on, and So TDS Mob, RSO, NOG for sure. I gotta have it, absolutely. Wow. But I, definitely Top Choice Click, Peace of Mind would have to be. Mm-hmm. It has to. I mean, it's hard to do 3, because Peace of Mind was a huge record for me.
You are czar. Face it. I've seen a lot of things from New York to Boston, buddy. but nothing like this.
And a lot of, it was a huge record, I think, at the time it came out, not just for me, but definitely Top Choice Click. Like Orange Man, who's, down at RSO, like, he just had a voice and a style that, he was, unfortunately he's been, incarcerated for a while, but before he could even really, he just, his album came out, you know what I mean? He's like, arrested, falsely arrested and stuff. The case is just, it's very unfortunate, but he was a very unfortunate situation, you know what I mean? Because he was really dope, you know what I mean? And he's dope voice, dope style. It was just different, especially for them, like the 80s, like 88, it was such a different, you know what I mean? But absolutely TDS Mob, RSO, Edo for sure, Top Choice Click, like, those are like the pillars, you know what I mean? Because, and there's a lot of others too. There's like this group, the Rap Masters. They had a couple really dope songs.
Careful, my friend. Your claws are sharp. Sometimes you do not realize your own strength. Here.
I didn't even know they were from Boston until, like, actually getting the record. You know what I mean? I just thought it sounded like, I thought it was like New York. You know what I mean?
Wow.
They had a song called Backstabbers. It was really dope. But I'd say those three. Yeah, definitely RSO. You have to, RSO, TDS Mob, Edo, Top Choice Click. I know that's 4. I don't,
yeah. Okay.
It's hard. It's hard to do just 3. And I'm sure there's others too. Like I think, probably.
Yeah.
At the moment, but definitely, yeah.
No, I always love to hear. For me, I'm close. I grew up on Philly hip hop. So
yeah.
Certain things that we would hear, but we would hear different things. Like I remember hearing "Dope for the Folks" with TDS Mob. I remember the first time I heard "Bust a Move Boy" by Gangstar.
Oh yeah.
And so,
to this Gangstar Posse and Effects. Like, that's what I mean. Like I feel like I know Big Suge. Like I know I'm leaving out a lot of.
Yeah, no,
not leaving out, but you know what I mean. I know I'm like, you know what I memean. It's just because same with Philly. There's obviously it was about New York and LA. So like, Philly, Boston. You're working extra hard to get the attention. I feel like.
Excellent.
And it's definitely, it's obviously in recent years, last 10, 20 years, there's labels, especially overseas that appreciate this stuff, and because Diggers with Gratitude did like deluxe TDS Mob releases with more material and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And so it's cool. It's always cool later, seeing later people like appreciating stuff that
absolutely
when we were growing up, like again, like Top Choice Click and stuff like that. Like, oh, and they did like a commercial for the store Coquette, which was like on Washington, that you get like Triple Fat Goose's ad. And I was like, oh, these guys have it made. They have like a great song, and now they're doing a commercial, a local commercial for a store we shop at. These guys are like the biggest rappers in the world. You know what I mean? And I don't know. So yeah. So I think in that long-winded, all those people, I think, and there's many others too, of course, you know what I mean? But yeah.
That's dope. I love hearing people's hometown heroes. I really love that.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get to this final question.
The final question.
Obviously, you are DJ 7L.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
We'll talk afterwards.
Oh, we'll talk about that after. Okay.
But obviously, you are DJ 7L.
Yep.
And what is your? I don't care what anybody thinks. I'm playing this record for your DJ.
So would that be like at a club, a party, or wherever?
Whatever context
I don't. I think one. I put it in the context of like DJing. I used to DJ a little more, like clubs and stuff like that. And a lot of them would be like kind of hip hop, leaning, newer hip hop leaning. So. Enough drinks and I would say Wang Chung dance hall days. I would, and no matter what's happening, if the mood's right or not right, rather, I will play that and enjoy the whole entire thing. You know what I mean?
I love that song.
And it works. It's a good tempo, so it kind of works. Usually I do that out of a reggae set or something. Some people get it and it works great. Some people don't, but that would be one I think I've done. Years and years ago, in a funny way, it would have been like Steve Winwood. Higher Love or something like that. Then I think I was, I don't know. But that's not something I would play no matter what.
Right.
Wang Chung would be there. I don't know if that is the proper answer for the question.
No, that's a great answer. It's a great answer.
It is one I know my friends would joke about. Yeah, be playing like if there's enough liquor in these. That's
all right. So actually, okay. So that was the final question. Let's get to the beef. It's no beef. It's no beef. It's no beef.
Yeah.
I just listen. Like I said, I can go back to like Be Alert and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like love you guys.
Yeah.
But I was this is just young, stupid hip hop stuff. I was such a big Cage fan.
At the tone, please say your name. Yo, who is this, Cage?
Yeah, this one sounds Christian.
I was like, I can't listen to these guys.
Oh man, really? Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, for years.
Oh, really?
Hating on you guys, and then.
Oh man, well, yeah. Hopefully, you've got beyond that.
Oh no, bro.
No, I know.
And then I remember when CZARFACE first came out, I was like, I'm not listening to this. It's
so it carried over that long. Wow.
It was long.
Oh, yeah. That's. I was gonna say like maybe it might have been by 05. You might have said that carried on a long ways.
But I would hear stuff, but I was like,
sure.
I wouldn't listen to it. Then one day we got to the car, he played the back. I was like, dude, this is incredible.
Man.
I'm like, who? I said, it's a Cage. What do I care about Cage?
Oh man. Well, I'm glad we've gotten through that.
It's funny because I've become friends with even like Mr. Eon in Mighty Mind.
Oh yeah.
I was telling like Eon that he's like, oh man, that's silly.
Yeah, we saw Milo. We were out in Las Vegas last year. No, the year before. Last year, I think I was out there with Eso just for some recording, not to go to Vegas. But we linked up with Milo when he was DJing at one of the clubs out there, and even through the years when I was Milo was out here in Boston when we were first. Kind of getting out and because he went to him and Eon as well. I believe they both went to Boston College.
Right.
And Milo was like very active in the clubs out here before he moved back to New York. So I remember, countless nights going and hearing him play before we even like linked up. But
Right.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Milo's Milo.
Yeah,
great
I love
dudes.
guys,
I mean, and. They were here, a couple of years ago too. Like anytime they kind of come through town, we always try to link up,
right.
Roll through because you know what I mean. I'm glad they're recording again too, which is great. So,
I love it. I love it that they're a great album too. And
absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, that was that special time, man. That like early mid '90s independent hip hop, where
great time.
We're all just figuring it out. In real and everybody together and stuff like that. So it's like, but yeah. So I'm glad I'm glad we're able to speak here today without any ill will.
We're good now.
Yeah. I guess.
So let's just before we wrap up, let's talk about a couple things that you got going on. Like what's coming next from either just 7L and Esoteric, CZARFACE.
Well, we have we have a CZARFACE record coming this summer 2026. Nailing down the release date as we speak, but it's coming soon for sure. It's wrapped up, and we're working on a follow up for hopefully later in the year. So we're trying to get 2 out this year, and we're always working. You know what I mean? We Deck's going to be back on the road in the fall, so we're getting some recording done now so we can kind of have some more material down the line, like a little sooner, you know what I mean? Right. And hopefully another Stress Eater, but on my side, I have a record with Jazz Soon that we it's coming pretty soon. I don't know if much information is floated out about that, but I'm excited about that. And Yeah, I mean, on the CZARFACE front, we're always working. Well, we're actively, like I said, trying to get a couple things out this year and just kind of be a little more, consistent with stuff. You know what I mean? To kind of get the ball rolling again with material. It's just Deck. I mean, he's been, they've been very busy. For sure, the last year, with the retirement, so to speak.
Yeah,
they've been busier. Yeah. So no, but I mean, it's obviously he's just got inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, it's unbelievable. But yeah, so his schedule has been just a little more busier than normal with just shows and stuff like that, because a lot of it is overseas now. So it's but we're getting, we're always working. We're always working. So, we're definitely excited for the new material we have. So definitely this summer for sure,
Well, let me say this to you, SO, you guys just, like I said, I can go all the way back, early records, Brick Records, all this type of stuff. So now, just being consistent, whether it's reinventing things, and this CZARFACE thing is like, bro, this is like, everything you guys do with CZARFACE is what I love. I'm like, oh, this is what I love. This is for me.
Yeah, no, and that's, again, that's who we make it for. It's just, like, I don't do many interviews either, but I did one recently where I kind of, it was, talking about CZARFACE, and I think in the beginning, all the kind of avenues it's kind of turned into wasn't really this grand plan. We were just like, and over time, it's just, we're trying to try stuff as it comes along. You know what I mean? So we're just always doing things, so, well, yeah.
You guys are doing it well, bro. Like I'm telling you.
Yeah. I'm trying. So hello. Yeah.
So one more question before I let you go.
Yeah.
I always love this, and I want to know who came up with this idea. The 7LES like set logo. Who said let's do that?
Oh, Eso for sure, I believe. I think it was Eso, absolutely. Either between him and Trevor Karma. But Eso, I think for sure. And it just worked. You know what I mean? We even, because the front, the front was even written in the same step, Sonic way. And, Sonic 2 was a huge group.
But if you can't see it all, just say step.
For both of us, in full gear is just, but it was definitely, Eso for sure, I believe. So. Yeah.
I always love that. I'm like, yo, I'm like, all right, these guys, these are
Well, that too, I think it's, you'd be like, if somebody catches on to what this is, that they know what's up, kind of what's going on. So it's,
that these guys know what's up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, sir, I want to thank you for this.
Thank you.
I appreciate your time.
No, I appreciate your time. Sorry for the, little.
Listen.
Yeah,
it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, I got you. There's a few bars in the area, so
I could tell.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I think I got to talk to Paul, but I don't know. We might be.
Yeah. He mentioned something too as well about trying to,
So we might connect soon or something. So
exactly. So for sure,
we will definitely be in touch and doing some things. But thank you for your time, brother. I appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah. Tell everybody. Tell Eso. We're good.
I will. Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, bro. So thank you, my man.
Thank you.
All right.
Peace.
All right, got another one in the books. Want to thank 7L for coming on the show. Also, make sure to check out that new CZARFACE record, and also the Jazzoon and 7L record that'll be on Fit Crates soundtracks. Also, hey, check out my record with Jazzoon. Me and Jazzoon, we have our record Chillin' with Ultra. You can DM me to get that, and it's a limited edition 45 flexi disc. So check all those out. Peace to 7L. Also check out the magazine. Check out Rap Central Station magazine. All these conversations that you hear, you can read, transcript it. Check that out. Get a subscription. Support the real. And we'll be back soon with another episode. Peace.